Hi guys, and welcome back to the College Confidential. I'm Nina.
And I'm Ella.
And this is our second episode, guys.
Yeah, it's been like a really, really exciting week. We've gotten some great feedback from everyone and we're pumped. Like, we're so excited.
Yeah, so we pre-recorded the interview, and it's probably, if you listen to the first episode and you're like, I don't know what this is, the second episode is what it is. This is really exciting.
Yeah, so basically this episode is asking frat guys questions you want to know the answers to, and we get pretty deep. It's really funny.
Slightly raunchy. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, a little bit. So just be prepared for that. But it's really funny. Obviously, they're all anonymous, but it's going to be a really great episode. You guys are going to love it. If you can leave a review below also, that would be incredible.
So we're going to do a highlight of the week before we get into the interview.
Yeah.
So my highlight of the week was on podcast launch day. It was 60 degrees in Storrs, Connecticut, which is shocking.
Crazy.
And I got a sunburn. And
you did?
yes, I got a sunburn. You missed it because you left. But
where was I?
You were at home.
Oh, I went home.
I got a sunburn and it was epic, and I was healed by the sun. So that's my highlight.
Yeah. It was unreal. It was so nice. My highlight was probably the launch. It was just like so exciting, and just like all the messages just meant so much and like made me so happy.
Really felt the love.
Yeah.
From all 187 of you, or how many it is.
Yeah, and I was really nervous the night before. I was just like nervous something was gonna go wrong, and then like we couldn't figure out Apple Podcasts. It was giving us issues.
And then I did it. Nina.
Yeah. And then Nina did. So she saved the day. So if you're an Apple Podcast listener, you can thank Nina.
You're welcome.
I think we're ready to get into it.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it.
So we're here with 3 frat boys right now.
Yeah, we're here with 3 of our frat
men,
friends.
he just said.
Fraternity men.
Oh, okay.
And yeah.
And that's pretty much all the plan, because we decided to do this 5 minutes ago, so.
Yeah, they were always going to come on, but we decided to film this episode tonight because I said I would buy them food if they came on. So that's the agreement we came to.
Indeed.
All right, so we have a few questions we want to ask you, and we want to get, like, the details on, like, what is actually going on in frat guys' heads, because girls are always like, what is actually going on, you know? Like, how do I approach a guy? Like, what do I do? All the things, so. And 2 of them are in a relationship, and one of them is very single. I'm just kidding. But he is single.
But one is single, and one's a DJ.
But he's the best. I'm trying to, like, recover myself. I'm just kidding. You know I love you. That was a joke. Okay. Alright, so I think the first question would be, if you see a frat guy that you think is cute at a party, at school, all of the things, like, how should a girl approach you? Or how has a girl approached you? If you have a girlfriend, you could say that too.
I mean, just approach like you would approach anyone else. Like, say hi, what's your name?
Me personally, as a single person, if you walk up to me as a frat guy and you offer me to shotgun, you can probably end up in my bed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
No.
Really?
No.
Okay, so what do you...
Are you being serious? I can't tell if you're being serious.
Some guys might like that.
Some guys like that, but you guys don't.
Not me. I don't. I can't speak for these 2.
Okay, so how has a girl approached you?
That's kind of cool. I would like that.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's not giving, like, pick me too much?
Depends how you go about it.
And it also depends if she can actually shotgun.
Yeah.
If she can't, then, like, that's, like...
But if she beats you, that's
then
a problem.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Nah, but if she can't, then that's, like, I don't know. Like, if she, like, really can't, that's kind of cool, too.
Well, what if she's like, can you show me how? And then, like, you're gonna show her how and be like, okay.
Like flirting, like playing dumb?
Yeah.
Oh, then, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
sure.
like frat riz, I guess.
That's frat riz?
It's frat riz.
Okay. Okay, take notes. Take notes. Okay, so...
Do you, like, when you go to these parties, do you expect girls... Like, why do you go? Like, are you like, I want to see my friends, or do you want to see girls? Well, you don't have to answer as people who are...
Well, it's, you know, all my friends are there, and it's also, like, you know, the bars here kind of suck. So it's pretty much, like, the only fun thing to do on the weekend.
When I did go to parties, I mainly went for just hanging out with the guys, and then if things got interesting, they got interesting, but I mainly went to, you know, shoot the shit with the guys.
At parties, you get 2 dynamics. You can chill upstairs, or you can be in the basement.
True.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
So, because what Ella was saying is that there's apparently a ratio.
Yes. I think you explained this to me, that there's like a ratio for the frat party, so it's like 50 girls to one guy.
Not at our frat parties. No.
Not at your frat parties.
The only reason like the ratios exist is because most frats don't allow outside guys into parties. I mean, at least that's the case for us.
And why is that? Like,
So
why is that a
because
rule?
It's a liability to have other guys.
Okay.
Because we have to hold ourselves accountable for our actions, whereas like other guys, if they're not part of the org.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the ratio
That actually makes sense.
myth is busted. That's not a thing.
I mean,
for
for some frats, definitely they try and get
crank that
a ratio up, but
Okay.
for us, it just comes naturally.
It just
Comes naturally. Everyone just loves your frat. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so kind of related to the first question, if I'm in like the frat party basement, how am I approaching you? Because I'm not like, no girls walking up to you and shotgunning there, right? That's like not the vibe.
Yeah, I would say like just dance your way like in their vicinity, and typically like if the vibes are right, then something will happen.
So it's eye contact.
Yes.
Eye contact definitely helps.
See, I told you.
Yeah, Ella
That's what
told
I
me that the
said.
other day. She said eye contact.
That's the thing. Like, it's so funny. It's so awkward when you make eye contact with someone. Because I'm not single, so like making eye contact with someone is just like awkward for me.
Yeah, but if you know,
But it's the eye contact.
it's like it does a lot of the work. Like if you're dancing, you're vibing, and then shawty pulls up next to you and kind of like this.
It happens more than you'd think. Like, even as like the DJ, like there will be girls who come up, and then I just call my girlfriend over to tell them off.
Oh.
As you should. The girlfriend in question is laughing in the corner.
Dying.
If there's like a pong table, I feel like that's a good
Oh,
way to
yeah.
approach
Oh.
Song partners.
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
not to
play
flex or
pong
anything, but I'm gas at pong. So if you're into a girl and she's at your party, how are you approaching her?
I mean, it's been a while since I've been. Like, okay, well, I've been to one recently, but like when I used to go when I went to them consistently, it's been like fall 2021.
I
Okay.
feel like darties count.
Darties, okay.
And I've been seeing you at a darty, so.
Yeah, okay. Well, chances are, if there's someone I'm feeling like at a darty, I'll probably like ask if they're going in the first place. Typically, I know like if they're going to be there, and then if they're not, then it's sort of like freestyle, and just like seeing whoever I vibe with, whoever's attractive. But
Okay.
Okay.
but
So
if,
it's
if I'm into
purely
them,
on looks.
no, but if I'm into them, they're like I'm probably gonna invite them, and they're probably already gonna be there. Like for like if I like
Okay.
last fall when I used to go, I'd probably like invite a girl that I was like
Okay.
into, and if
You're like, see you at the frat tonight? Question mark.
See you at the dirty. Let's shotgun together. Kind of vibe. Wait, but what if you see, like, what if you're meeting this person there? Like, what if you arrive to this place and then you're like, okay, that girl's cute.
Ooh.
And I'll introduce myself. I'll just be like, just a
That's it.
casual
Oh.
conversation. Like, hey, I'm nice to meet you. What's your name?
But, so, you approach her, you introduce yourself, you talk, whatever, you vibe.
Yeah.
You shotgun, whatever, the whole thing. You teach them how to shotgun. But then how do you go from that to, like getting their snap? Like, how do you do that?
I do not ask for snaps. You ask for numbers.
Oh.
Facts.
But
Shows
you're just like,
commitment
can I
off
have
of
your number?
Wow.
I mean, different, something like that. There's different, I mean, some corny shit you could do is just be like, hey, can you fill out this survey for me? And then it's just their number.
Oh God.
Have
Yeah, I don't do that. I said corny. I said corny. But typically, I'm just like, can I get your number? And if she says yes, I put it in my phone. If no, then I just move on.
Someone said no?
Not.
To you?
I mean, people have definitely rejected me, and you just take it to the chin and just keep moving on.
Okay, so you get her number. Are you gonna text her ever?
If I'm not hammered, yeah.
Okay.
But if I am like fully blacked out, I'm just not gonna remember a lot of things, like
Okay.
getting someone's number, and then like, yeah. Sometimes like, I kind of feel really bad for saying this.
It's okay.
Sometimes
What's
you'll
it
get
out?
someone's number like at a darty or a party, and then like the next day you sober up, or like a few hours you sober up, and you're like, not really sure if I actually want to text this person.
Fair.
Oh,
That's
okay.
fair.
So you
That's
never
truthful.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, I feel like people can relate to that. Okay, so after you meet a girl, how do you know if you're more than friends? Do you know right off the bat?
Yeah.
Or what if you
No.
like realize you're like, oh wait.
No, I feel like it's pretty easy to tell when
Yeah.
it's more than just like a hookup kind of deal.
So
No, she's saying more than friends.
I feel like it's easy to tell if it's more than friends. It's very, very hard to tell.
Yeah.
Sometimes if it's just a hookup or potentially something else.
Okay. Because
There's a look.
there's
There's
a
a look.
What is that?
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah.
What
I don't know, like, just like...
Show it on. Do it to me real quick.
No, it's just
Give me
like,
a look.
if you're at a party and, like, you lock eye contact with somebody, you start talking to them, and, like, say that the entire night, like, they're, like, up against you, like, bumping
Okay, but
into
that's
you,
not
like,
a look.
But, like, actions. Like,
oh, okay.
there's a vibe,
Okay.
and it's pretty easy to pick up on.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like if they're like, you know, physical contact, like if they're like touching you a lot, it's kind of like pretty clear, like, yeah, like you don't really, like when you're just talking to your friend, you're not like, oh, hey, you know, how you doing, you know, like, it's
Right.
Yourself.
Okay.
Yes.
But as people with girlfriends, you would just be like, absolutely not. You cut it
yeah,
off.
like, yeah,
But were you guys friends with your girlfriends first?
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm confused.
no,
So then how you weren't?
no.
So then how are you like this person's a friend, but then they're not? Then they're your girlfriend. Like, do you know what I mean?
I have an answer for that, but it's kind of rated R.
With me and my girlfriend, we had like our own friend groups, but people within those groups were friends with each other. So just by nature, like we were bumping into each other and stuff like that. And then there were
okay.
some on-campus Greek events where we like were around each other a lot more, and we became friends, and then just started hanging out, and things went from
Yeah.
there.
All right, that's dope.
Okay, but you and your girlfriend were not friends.
But they met in high school, correct?
You like,
No.
Do you guys have like?
Oh.
beef?
What?
Wait,
Where did you meet?
No.
Hold on.
We met online.
what?
On a
Tinder?
dating app?
Yeah, Hinge.
Hinge.
Of course.
See,
I've
because
heard
we
good
just
things about Hinge. I've heard very good.
Okay,
Oh.
because
It's
we were
the
just
app that's
trying to...
made to be deleted.
Oh,
It's true.
True.
okay. Sponsored by Hinge.
Yeah, sponsored by Hinge.
Okay. Do you want to tell your story?
Yeah, I think also, in my experience, I feel like the girl also puts in a little bit of effort to make sure, or a lot, to make it known that you're not just friends.
Okay.
Okay, fair.
Based off of like, if she wants to hang out or some things she says over text, for example, they can be very clear indicators that you guys are not just friends.
Okay.
He has a specific story he's referring to currently.
Well,
Yeah, he's getting a little specific with this story. Are you gonna share it? You don't have to.
Well.
Is there a PG version of it?
Yeah.
It's gonna be like, she said, I beep beep.
Yeah.
He's like,
So I mean, like, you would think like you're friends with someone, and then like they might hit you, you know, they would ask questions like, "What does a girl have to do to
To kiss you.
to get
PG-13.
to get
To have a
affection from
hug.
you?" Yeah, to have a hug from you, and hug here stands for a lot of things open for interpretation.
Okay. So what do you think is the worst thing a girl could say that you're like, absolutely not? Do you think that was bad? Like, were you like,
I mean,
absolutely
that's
not?
definitely I've never gotten that kind of text.
Well, are you
So it's a
running?
shock.
Are you running away, or are you like running towards that?
I'm kind of like shaking in like my exact position. In fear / excitement. It's like both. Fear. But
you're
Yeah.
staying around, but you're keeping your
Understandable.
distance.
yes.
Wait, that was such a good answer.
That was a good answer.
Okay, that's so good. Next I would say, so why? I feel like every girl wants to know, why do you guys talk to more than one girl at once?
That is not true for all
Depends
guys.
on the guy.
Definitely.
I personally, like, I've never talked to more than one girl at once.
I
Okay.
think a guy can be in his head.
Yeah.
Speaking, like in his head, can be interested in more than one person or find more than one person attractive, and some guys do have the energy to like actually
Keep a roster.
keep a roster, and then for other guys it's just hard to maintain because it can get very like messy and stressful.
It's also like, why are you putting all of your energy into one person if you don't know if like they're doing the same for you? You know what
That's
I mean?
fair.
Okay,
Okay. I
learned
that's a
that
good
hard,
point.
yeah.
But then once you're dating, you know, like.
Well, yeah, no.
you know
Once you
it's
have a
me.
conversation about it, then it's like obviously from that point on, you know, you're not talking
Okay.
to anybody else. But
Okay. So basically, if you're in a situationship and you haven't had the conversation, it's.
my philosophy is like, until you have the conversation about being exclusive, like you can't really get mad at them for not being exclusive.
Okay. Okay. What's
true.
yours?
No, that's fair. I think there's certain things I feel like that if you're doing with someone, I don't know if I would recommend like doing with other people.
Okay.
Right. No, I kind of agree with that, actually.
I think it's if you're gonna wrestle without protection.
Yeah.
You should not be wrestling without protection. I think if you're gonna do that, it's really hard to walk up to her
you
and
gotta
be like,
get a little PPE.
yeah.
What is that?
Personal protective equipment.
Like if you're gonna do that, I would recommend doing it with one person. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't recommend it at all, but if you're gonna do, because then like.
Right.
Also, from like a health perspective, like that's probably a smart decision.
Indeed.
Don't want them STDs.
Indeed.
No.
Indeed.
Okay.
So what's the worst thing a girl could, like, what's an immediate, like, no?
Red flag.
Oh, like, are we talking, like, once you're already talking or, like, when you first meet her?
Either.
Both.
Honestly, like, if a girl comes up to me and is, like, immediately just, like, what's your astrology sign? It's raps.
Guys hate that. Guys hate that shit.
Yeah.
Like, as much as you want to explain it, like, certain situations with astrology, don't talk about that to guys.
I think it can be cool, like,
He's like, not all guys.
But what's your sign, guys? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, like, I think it's, like, cool to, like, read sometimes, like, oh, that's interesting, whatever, but it's,
Okay.
like, when it's, like, literally the first thing you bring up, it's, like, you take that too seriously,
Okay. What are your... You have a comment.
trying to
They're
think
all
what's the
pointing
worst-
to you.
What's the worst thing a girl could say?
No, just say it.
Oh my god. If I walk into a person's room and I see like star shit and like certain
Stars?
tapestries,
Oh.
and like they ask me questions about my sign. From personal experience, I found that to be indicators of highly trained.
Oh,
and-
wow. Oh.
certain departments of
I didn't
pleasure
understand
and
what you meant.
entertainment.
Wow. Okay.
So this
So you're
is...
saying if they like astrology, they know their way around.
Whoa!
Okay.
Crying.
Okay. Okay, so you don't think that's a red flag, but do you have a red flag?
No, he does think that's a red flag.
Yeah.
I
It's
thought
a
he said
red
that
flag,
was...
but
Wait,
it could be a green flag.
It's
Oh,
I'm
it
confused.
depends on the extent.
Yeah.
Like if
Okay.
somebody's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
if somebody is willing to drop a person based off their astrology sign, like big red flag.
Yeah.
But if they're interested in it, you're interested in it. Like
Yeah.
you do you.
Okay, what's it like living in a frat house?
Fun,
Chaotic.
questionable.
Indeed.
Up and down.
Suspect.
What's
Yeah.
like something people wouldn't know about it? Like random fact.
It can get
It can get
chaotic.
yeah,
It
like
can get chaotic.
Okay.
like nothing. Like you can. It's pretty common that there will be nights where just no action makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like I don't really know. We don't know how to describe it. It's just
like it.
We're all just
It's just
children.
impossible.
We're all
Yeah,
children.
it's like putting 30 preschoolers into a house.
Okay.
that happened
Like-
to go to college.
That happened to go to college.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. That's very...
Do you think it's, like, insanely dirty?
No.
Ours is
No.
clean.
So you're saying you'd lick the floor?
The unibomb.
No. What?
Oh.
No,
What? Would you lick your floor?
No.
No.
I don't.
Yeah.
But
I don't even walk out of my room.
Why would I do that even if it was clean as hell? Why would I?
Like we keep.
I'm
it
just
clean.
trying to get a gauge of how clean.
Like-
Like you're referring to as clean.
You could walk
Wow.
into any room
Depends
in
what
our
we're
house and there like won't be garbage on the
Okay.
floor. And
No.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna have to say their name. We're gonna bleep their name out, but then you're gonna like describe them a little bit to give the like audience who's listening a little perspective. But who in your frat would you let date your daughter?
I'll let date my daughter.
He's a nurse.
Yeah.
You're all
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The sweetest guy ever.
there's multiple.
multiple. Okay.
Just slutting out his daughter over here.
me personally,
Okay. Do you feel like you support all the actions of every?
No.
Oh, okay.
But you'd let your daughter date a frat guy if she came home and was like, "Dad, I'm dating a frat guy." Like that's cool.
Yeah, I don't like. I mean, it's all like about his personality. Because there's a lot of people that are not in frats that I would kind of expect to be in frats, and a lot of people in frats that I'm like wouldn't expect. So like, there's a broad variety of types of guys that are in frats. Like I don't think being in a frat makes you like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fair.
I've like the whole frat stigma thing is
Yeah.
it's the whole like basing the many off the few.
Over it. Would
Okay.
you rather them date a frat guy or an athlete?
Oh, frat guy, 100%.
Frat guy.
Oh,
The
okay.
things that I've heard
Yeah.
about.
T.
Yep, frat guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would not.
You know what? I want on the record, I support women's rights to choose. They can date whoever they want as long as he treats them right.
Yep. I agree, though. I agree.
Okay, fair.
Okay,
That was
fair.
great.
So the frat stigma, do you hate it?
What?
The frat stigma.
I mean,
I understand it.
It's valid
Like-
in some places
Yeah.
and valid and not valid in others.
Yeah.
I guess that's the best way to
Okay.
do it.
Yeah, like there are definitely fraternities out there that don't act in appropriate ways.
Yeah.
But then there's also ones that like actually are very
Mhm.
quality people.
Yeah, fair.
It's like I get it. Like obviously, only the negative things are gonna is what people are gonna be talking about. So
Yeah.
it makes sense. But
It's basically just like if you Google a fraternity and click on news, whatever the first thing that comes up is like, it's what's gonna be representative. So if it's a good thing, great.
Yeah.
But if you even fuck up once, that thing's gonna stick there because it's
Okay.
what's gonna draw people's attention.
Fair.
Okay, so one of you is a frat DJ. How do you pick what to play?
I mean, there's a lot of different factors that come into play. Definitely depends on what the theme of the party is. Because some themes people do not give a fuck, and there's other themes where, like, if it's a 2000s party and you are playing music that is not from, like, early 2000s throwbacks, I will get ripped to shreds by people.
Okay,
Yeah.
do you get ripped to shreds anyways, though?
It
I
depends.
feel like Ella and I are constantly ripping people to shreds
Like,
yeah.
when we hear their
It
DJ
is, yeah.
songs.
It entirely depends, because, like, if I, like, have a small fuck up in terms of technique, like, I'll be like, oh my god, like, everybody heard that, because I don't realize that everybody in that basement is probably drunk and
Yeah.
didn't hear
True.
a thing.
Yeah.
But it's also just, like, knowing what the people want, so at different...
Will you ever take a recommendation if someone walks up?
Oh, I take them all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
mean,
I think that's what makes a good DJ.
Yeah.
DJs who don't take recommendations are basically just being like that's just like a big fuck you to anybody.
Yeah.
Because like it's like DJing, if you like, I like being part of the party when I'm DJing. Like I like being involved. I like interacting with people and not just sitting behind a booth just doing my own thing.
Yeah. I feel like it's gotta be kind of annoying though when girls are like trying to be cute and like play this, but
Oh
like
yeah, I mean
you're like go away.
Yeah, you learn to just like smile and like put a thumb up, and then in your head you're just like, I'm not fucking playing that shit, because like it can basically, like, there's an equation to it, and it's like in peak hours of a party you want to be playing higher BPM to get
Oh, this
people,
is the equation.
to get people up and jumping. Like,
I don't even know this and I'm a DJ.
Like, you want to have like kind of like upbeat, more in the EDM like remixes of songs, just because like that's like if you're at peak you don't want to be playing like slow rap or something.
Yeah.
But there will be people who come up and be like, oh my god, can you play this song? And it'll be like Country Roads, and you're just
Yeah,
like
okay.
I'm
I
like
feel like it doesn't fit the equation.
yeah, I'm like I was literally playing Pursuit of Happiness 2 minutes ago, like
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm.
And even at the bar, like I DJ'd at the bar a couple of times first semester, and one of the times the bar was like closed, like it was probably 20 minutes before last call, and this girl is like jumping up to the booth because it's raised, and she was like, I'll kiss you if you play the song.
Oh.
And I was
Oh,
just
wow.
like, because it was the 5th time she had asked for the song.
I'll play the song if you don't.
And no, that's essentially what happened. I left the booth, and then the other guy who I was there DJing with, he played it.
Oh, okay.
So I just disappeared.
And you got out of there.
because
You
I did
ran.
not want to have to deal with that.
Did she follow through?
No,
Nah.
I mean, like, it was a really questionable thing to say.
Okay.
Like there's respect.
Yeah,
and
that's not-
a lot of
yeah.
people, like, a lot of people will be hearing a DJ play music and like they'll start like screaming shit at them or like get pissed at them if they don't play
Yeah.
a song request. But
Yeah.
they have to realize that there's a lot that goes into DJing and like managing
Fair.
music for
Apparently.
an entire party.
Apparently the equation. I mean, it seems.
Yeah, the equation.
All right,
It's pretty
so
intense.
we're kind of wrapping up. So any like closing thoughts, like that, any advice you have overall?
Any last words?
Any last words?
In the wise words of artist, aka a Bliggy, DTB for life. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Ain't no way that's what you're closing on.
Yeah, 100%. DTB for life.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast.
Oh, I want my food now.
Okay.
Yeah, we owe them food now.
Okay, let's
Yes.
go.
That was
We'll
the
go.
deal.
We'll go.
Thank you.